Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you on a Thursday. We are riding home today. This is going to be a little bit of talk about Thursday night football. I got myself ready for a game that wasn't even on the schedule. Honestly, for some reason, I thought this was the Rams playing against the Seahawks on Thursday, and I sort of got myself like all bent out of shape, and I was like, wait a minute, how did they luck out and get back-to-back Thursday night games? Like, I thought that they were going to have, like, an advantage over the Niners next week because of the fact that they were going to be playing, like, on a whole week rest, getting ready for their game while, you know, we only were playing Sunday to Thursday. And turns out I was wrong. It was an NFC West matchup, but it wasn't against the Rams. We got the Seahawks and the Cardinals, the battle of 2-1 teams getting ready to go out there and throw down. You got to feel bad for the Cardinals now that we're a few days removed from the 49ers game. They had that game in the bag, and I don't even know, as a 49er fan sitting there watching the game on TV, I still really don't know how we came away with it. Cardinals, I think, I want to say they're a pretty damn good team. Their defensive line is freaking scary. They were all over the San Francisco 49ers all game long, basically just rushing the quarterback, Mac Jones, every single play. Seemed like he had a hand on him. You know, he was getting pushed, he was getting shoved. Kid on a bike just fell down. He's getting up. He's going to be all right. But, I mean, like, Mac Jones's jersey in the second half was ripped and torn. I thought he would go into the locker room and he would get a new jersey. He just came right back out and played with it, and it just kept getting more and more ripped to the point where you could see his whole shoulder. I don't know why the referees didn't have him get another one. I'm pretty damn sure. I know that Mac Jones is normally the backup, but they got to have a backup, jersey for the players in the locker room. I would think, it's not the first time somebody's jerseys got ripped and torn. But Seahawks, damn good team as well. Seahawks side note, I texted my buddy Alex yesterday when the New York Giants said that they were going to sit down Russell Wilson. And I said, like, hey, if it came down to it where Russell Wilson, like, ended up getting cut, is there any way in the world that the Seahawks would bring him back and let him play, week 18, if it didn't really matter, even though the game's against the Niners? And it's not like I'm saying, like, I want to play Russell Wilson one more time. I've had enough of Russell Wilson in my lifetime where I've seen that guy, I don't know, just come back and just beat us and just beat the Niners into oblivion. So I'm not out here, mocking Russell Wilson, saying like, hey, we want to play it one more time so we can beat you into oblivion, because I can remember the Seahawks beating the 49ers countless times. And then basically, the kids' bottles in the street, that's sad. But I can remember, the Niners went up to Seattle and we beat them at home. I believe it was one of the years that Jimmy Garoppolo was hurt, so we were, playing with our backup quarterback, but their team was not the Seahawks either. It was just two bad teams going out there. I think it was on a Thursday night game, and I remember at the end of the game, like, it looked like we were gonna win, and I was mad because I was like, I don't want to beat the Seahawks like this. I want to beat the Seahawks. But by that time, they were already starting to tear that team away. Richard Sherman came to play for the Niners after that, and then, that is what it is. But we need to get back on track and talk about the game that is going to be played on Thursday. I don't know. This is two tough teams. And as of right now, even though I'm not a real big Kyler Murray fan, and James Conner went down with an injury last week, he's not going to play the rest of the season. I think that Troy Benson, or maybe it's Trey Benson, one or the other, from Florida State, the running back, I think he is a damn good guy to fill that hole. I think that Arizona's running game is going to have no problem just picking up right where it left off. I feel bad for Marvin Harrison Jr. There's a lot of people who only know him through fantasy football leagues that, like, he's got a high upside. People think he's going to be as good as his dad was. And there's a lot of people out there already throwing the word around that he is a bust. I will tell you this much. I don't watch the Cardinals a lot, but the drop that he had against the Niners last week, he had to have been seeing ghosts. He had to have been thinking that Fred Warner was about to light him up. But he was wide open, and he just casually dropped the ball. And each and every game, you see Kyler Murray targeting him, less and less and less. I hope that there's not just something in his head just basically saying that, like, he's not going to catch that ball. Because I honestly thought he was going to become the new Larry Fitzgerald 49er killer, and I was not looking forward to him playing there at all. But for some weird reason, the feeling that I got deep down in my plums is that I say, the Cardinals are going to win this game. I apologize, little Alex. Sam Bradford and the Seahawks, they beat the hell out of the Saints last week, but the Saints are the Saints. You got to wonder, are the Seahawks back? Is that what they needed to jump the season? I don't know. But Cardinals, Seahawks on Thursday Night Football on Prime. I got the Cardinals getting the win, bouncing back from that Niner game last week.